Good evening YouTube silver stackers. Thought I'd make a quick video in response to my last video, how to make a silver bar. I got a lot of comments on that, a lot of positive comments as well actually, so thanks very much for that. And it's pretty much an impromptu video. I was messing around in my office here and I thought, I was actually talking to another YouTuber who's actually been asking a lot of questions in regard to how I've gone about making the silver bar. So I thought I'd put a few things together and talk about how I actually went about it and why I did it. This is just a small portion of my native silver nugget collection, and as you can see there's a fair few there, all varying sizes. I got the idea of putting this particular video together from another YouTube video that I was fascinated with, and it was a prospector from the West Australian goldfields of Kalgoorlie, and what he did was he put on his kitchen table over $1 million worth of gold nuggets, and it was absolutely outstanding video. I think he's actually taken it off now, but you can take my word for it, it was absolutely beautiful. Very much the same as what I've put together here, however he had a lot more, and it was gold of course. But these nuggets are quite rare. As a matter of fact, I'll even go as far as saying they're very rare. You don't often see this type of thing. I've managed to accumulate a fair few of them over the years, all legitimately of course. I have had a few comments about where I've got them from and whatnot, but they have been purchased legitimately through various miners that I know. And I'll get on to why I actually, or how I actually came about making these silver bars. And as you can see, this one here is a little bit roughed up. I've actually just sanded it back, but I haven't touched these bars pretty much since my last video. I've moved house, so I'm in the process of unpacking everything, just about ready to set up my shed, and these bars haven't been touched since the last time I poured them. And I did mention the last time that you'll see some of the impurities still sitting on the bars, and there you can see it there. There's a couple of lumps there and it just looks like glass. So all I've done is just pretty much sand that off. Very, very light sandpaper, extremely light sandpaper, and then I've just buffed them up. Because I've been using native silver, which has got a fair few impurities in them, and as you can see, this is pretty much as it was found, and you can see impurities all through it. So of course when I've gone to melt it down and I've added the borax to try and get as many impurities out as I can, the impurities that are left actually stick to the bar, and as you can see they're like glass blobs. I really was trying to get the just the natural effect. You can see a slight wavy effect, and I didn't really want to polish them all because the natural patina that you get from the first pouring, you'll never get it as shiny as again, unless you want to spend hours and hours polishing them up on a polishing wheel or what have you. It's very hard to actually get that natural shininess. So what I've done, and I've through a lot of the comments that I've got, and I really do appreciate it, these bigger nuggets, I didn't actually touch any of these nuggets. Some people seem to think that these are the ones that I've broken up to actually melt down and pour the bar as well. No, I do appreciate the fact that these are quite rare, actually extremely rare. People can comment on that fact. Actually, I do know there's a lot of mines around the world that produce a lot of silver, and I have seen, I've googled a few places, especially in South America, you'll see a lot of this type of thing. Different silver, some of it's wire silver, it's all different ore bodies, and it all depends where the mine is, what the geology's like, where it's come from, and silver is completely different. What I have done over here, they are actually quite brittle, believe it or not. I could bend that and break that quite easily. Now I won't do that. I know there's probably a few purists out there that would say, what are you doing? Well, I won't do that, but believe me, I can actually break that quite easily. You can see a few impurities around them, and it'll break off. So it's these kind of nuggets, it's the smaller ones that I've actually, and over here I've got a box of, and you can still see there's powdered quartz and there's all sorts of stuff in there. I'll try and get on as close as I can. And it's these nuggets here, pretty much what's in the box, and a lot of the smaller ones that are on the table that I've actually melted down. I haven't been silly enough to grab some of the bigger ones like I've got over here. I'll come out a bit. I haven't used those at all. These ones I'm actually going to keep. I do appreciate the fact that they are rare, so they won't get melted down at all. I'll just keep them wrapped up, and we'll see what we'll see in years to come. But the smaller ones, a lot of this sort of stuff here, I haven't really had a problem. There you go, there's all different types. I'll get on this as close as I can, and I could break that quite easily. It is very brittle, and after a while, like I said, you end up with a box of this sort of stuff. I haven't got much room in my little office here, so I'm trying not to trip over everything. But as you can see, you end up with a box full of this sort of stuff, all the really little small ones, and I've had no problems in actually melting them down. I have had comments where people have said I should be putting them on eBay, but I'm just not that way inclined. I haven't really got the time. I'm a working man, and I seem to think that gathering all these smaller ones, I'll come in as close as I can, just to give you an idea. The camera that I've got is not the best, guys. I have had a few comments about the quality of the videos, but it is what it is. It gives you an idea of what these are actually looking like. I will find a couple that, there you go. There you go. You can see the silver in there. Pretty much as it's come out of the ground, I've just managed to buy them. I'll even come a bit closer. There you go. I think that's giving you a better idea. The video is probably not doing them justice, because they really are. This one here is an even better. You can see the silver all the way through. Looks like this has got a bit of oxidized copper with it as well. Who knows, knowing Australia, it's probably got a bit of gold in there as well. I wouldn't really know that. I did mention in my last video that I to find out exactly what quality or what purity these bars are, I can actually get them assayed. It's $150 to get the mass spectrometry done to them, and these bars here probably coming in at about a bit over 2 ounces. Some of them are nearly 3 ounces. So I will actually do that in response to my good buddy Irish 164321. I will get around to actually doing that, and then I'll know myself exactly what's in these bars. And I'd be very, very surprised if these aren't coming in close to pure silver. Now, I'm not a refinery, and my process that I've actually learnt and picked up off YouTube of just melting the silver down in a crucible, no doubt there will be some impurities still left in the silver. Like I said, I'm not a refinery. I haven't got the capacity or the capability to actually refine it right down. But there you go, just a quick video, guys, to show you. It's just these smaller ones that I've actually used to make my silver bars. And the reason I've done that is because, yes, they are brittle. You put them in a bag and shake them around and lots of bits and pieces fall off. And yes, maybe some people on eBay would be happy to have them, but I'm more than happy to turn them into something that's a little bit easier to manage. I'll try and get one of these big ones. That's just another one. You can see the medium all through it. And these big ones I won't be touching, guys. Just to keep the purists happy. I had a few comments from well-meaning people say I really shouldn't be melting them down at all, but I'll try and get another one that looks, there you go. These ones here, what I've actually done is I've hit them with a blowtorch just slightly. So there's one here, and here you go. I'll grab, just to give you an indication. The one on the top is in its native form. The one below is pretty much exactly the same nugget, and I've just hit it, just a quick hit with the blowtorch to heat it up. Just get it hot enough so it actually just starts melting, and then I take the torch off. I haven't cleaned them or anything. I've just melted it, so I end up with that. And as you like, there you go. I'll just show you. Why not? There you go. I've